And so when we're talking about some of these different accounts and stuff, how we're doing like the assumed breach model, and then collecting information and going through and using an escalating paths through that way. So David said, can you put the URL up for this? Yeah. Over the wire. Yeah, put that up there. And some of the other areas that you can exploit is like conditional access. So conditional access, so they have it set in there to where you're able to maybe only access the application, as you can set it to like Windows or application. And so if they set the application to where, or set the conditional access policies to where you can only access it through Windows, then you can use something like a proxy switching application to change your proxy. I'm going to go ahead and show an example of a proxy switching tool. In Firefox, there's Foxy Proxy. Which is a good tool. It's one that I like to use. So I'll bring up an example of that to show you a proxy switching tool. And for web app pen testing, Firefox is my favorite. And that's because within your proxy settings, most of your other browsers, you have to go through the system proxy. So if you're doing Burp Suite and you're filtering traffic, then it's going to pull in stuff from email and all the traffic going through your browser or through your system, not even just the browser traffic. And using this little technique that I'm going to show you here, you can actually use this on network access control bypass. Actually, I don't know why I'm saying proxy switcher. Actually, it's a user agent switcher. I recently was teaching on web applications, so it's a user agent switcher that you need. And that's kind of the nice thing about Safari on Mac. There actually is a proxy switching user agent switching feature in there. There's other ones when I show this. This is not usually my favorite, but that one wasn't coming up so quickly. So to bypass your conditional access, we can come in here. So say that it's only allowing, so it's set for Windows users. So if we come in and set to like a Android device using Firefox, and so if you see this proxy or this user agent switching tool, then you're able to come in there and mimic any kind of device. You can even, and this is what's interesting too, is you can actually imitate like a PS4, use a curl command or wget, which are command line tools that you can use predominantly like in Linux or Unix type environments. You'll be able to install that in Windows. Then you can imitate a Google bot. You can even imitate a Bing bot. So like some websites will have statements to where it will allow Google bots or the robots.txt file will allow you to crawl their site, index the web pages. So sometimes these bypasses, you could set up like a Google bot, and I'm browsing the site and it'll let me see directories that you couldn't normally see. And so this is a network access control bypass. So some environments, some of their proxies or their Cisco ICE may be configured. If it's configured suboptimally, then you can go in and sometimes use these, because I've been through advanced pen testing courses where some of their bypass for NAC was using a user agent switcher. And so this can be used against the conditional access in Azure Active Directory if the settings are set to where if you're restricting by Windows. So like for instance, if you have like an application that you're just wanting people mobile devices and you just have Windows, then someone can go in there and change. So you need to be a little more granular on your security to avoid that. So we got some questions here. Tobias says, will also give a course on INE about cloud pen testing with a cert? Would be very interesting. I think it's probably, you'll probably see some certs coming out that are cloud-based. There's plans to add more certifications. It's a very popular area, so I would look for that to come out. Someone asked, what was the name of the widget again? It's User Agent Switcher. And let me go back in. So yeah, it's just User Agent Switcher. And there's across different browsers. So like on Google Chrome, there's several ones. So it's just a User Agent Switcher. And the top two they normally bring up are usually, they're pretty good User Agent Switchers. Okay, this is actually my favorite one right here. And if you look at the ratings, they're both rated about the same. But this one too, if you go into the User Agent Switcher, you can even add, and most of these you can add your own user agents. And you can customize these. So you can even change the Windows versions. You can create your own custom user agents. And where this could be handy sometimes too, is that if you're performing a certain type of, if you're performing a pen test and you want your customer to know it's not malicious traffic, you could go in here and create a special user agent that would put something in there. Like over here, you could put, in this section, you could put like, even in the vendor, you could put pen tester or something, customize it so that way they know it's the pen tester. So it's a way to let people know that they're not being attacked, because sometimes you're doing pen tests, you could actually be under attack and sometimes there's no way of telling. And that's one of the reasons why they have usually you'll give your source IP address when you're performing a pen test so they know it's not a malicious actor. So yeah, the URLs that I'm posting, I'm putting in chat. So if you look in the chat, I'm posting the URLs there. So yeah, this user agent is for conditional access is a good way to bypass. And like I said, the user agent tool, and since I kind of misspoke or used the wrong tool, the Foxy proxy, this is a good one for when you're setting up Burp Suite, because going through some of these courses, I know you've used Burp Suite probably. So if we go through here, we're able to go through and add, this is a little off topic, but since we mentioned it, this will make your life a lot easier, because we're going to put in here and then our port. So Firefox, for Burp Suite uses port 8080. We could save that. And then if we wanted to add Zap, a WASP Zap, we could put Zap in here. And you'll want to use a different port. So you have to change that in Zap. And so we come up here and now we want to switch. We can use Burp Suite or we can use Zap. And the nice thing is too, if you look up here at the little Fox icon, you have these color coded, so it's easy to see. You can also see the particular proxy you're using because you can color code it, but you also see the name. So a little handy tip there. Yeah, I'm teaching web app pen testing this semester at Dallas College. So I was recently talking about that, and I always talk about Foxy Proxy and the user agent switcher because they're important. So the links are not going out. So I added, you know what? Sorry, guys. It reverted to panelist only. So user agent switcher was the one. Sorry about that. At one time, it was going to everyone, and when I went to click again, it was sending to just panelists. Go back up here and see if there's anything else that to panelists. Oh yeah, under the wire. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, Foxy Proxy I like best. There's Proxy Switcher that doesn't work too bad, but I like Foxy Proxy. It was like one of the, sometimes the older tools that I've used is kind of hard to switch to the newer tools. Unless it's got more features, if it's better. So I'm going to put these links up there. Sorry about that. I don't know what all I missed putting in there. So I'm just kind of go through some of these tabs. Yeah, Burp comes with embedded Chromium now. They kind of copied, they actually got that idea from OWASP Zap, because OWASP Zap's been doing that for years. But it's nice that they did that. And one of the things about Zap too that Burp Suite hasn't copied yet is the heads up display. Yeah, you should check that out on OWASP Zap. But yeah, they got that idea from OWASP Zap using Chromium, the Chromium browser in there, because you've been able to do that for years with Zap. And that's all also like the App Store, the App Store within, or the extender within Burp Suite. You're able to add the extra plugins and stuff, the extensions that was originally in Zap. And then with Burp Suite, you had to go through and manually upload and install all your extensions. And they added the store, which they got the idea from Zap. I never really thought about it, but I went through a web app pen testing course, and the instructor was talking about how both of them helped improve each other. And it's good. Even if you have Burp Suite Pro, then I would run OWASP Zap too, because you can run you go through and run the vulnerability scanner. So it's like a second, you may find something that you didn't find with the other one, you may not, but it doesn't hurt to run. And that's what I do. I keep a license of Burp Pro, but I also will run OWASP Zap against a website to see if it finds anything the other one didn't.